Good morning, friends. Before we get started with the decorating portion of the video, I thought that I would share with y'all some of the video that I took while my family spent the day in Galveston earlier this week. Because of the nature of my husband's job, we could have really lived anywhere. So when it came to picking an area to settle back down after a year and a half of traveling in the motorhome, close proximity to Galveston was a must. We wanted to be able to drive up and spend the day much more regularly since we had been nearly 6 hours away in our previous home. Our home on Lawrence is a little less than 2 hours away from the beach, and we love that we can just drive up for the day and enjoy food, coffee, shopping, and of course the beach. Galveston is such a cool city that is steeped in history, and we absolutely love to spend time here. Okay guys, so sorry if I'm looking a little rough today. Does anybody else find summer sort of this awkward in-between time when it comes to decorating? Because I feel like I've never really done an adequate job of decorating for summer. Fall is easy, Christmas is easy, spring is easy, but sort of like that in-between time between Christmas and spring, I feel like summertime, at least for me, has always been sort of a area that I struggle with. Like the house just tends to get kind of blah and boring during the summer. And really, I don't know why it should, because in summertime, you think of the beach and you think of the coast and you think of just everything cheerful. So I can't remember where I saw this or heard it, but I thought it was excellent advice. And somebody once said that if you were looking for a coastal feel in your home, that you should go to the colors that you see in the beach. So your tans and your whites and your blues, and incorporate those colors and different textures. And by doing that, instead of just going for straight coastal themed, beach themed decor, you get more of that feeling of the beach and the coast and not so much of an actual literal interpretation of the beach. So that's what I'm gonna go for today, is just try to lighten up the space. We have a brown sofa, so it tends to get kind of dark on that sofa section of the living room. So I'm gonna lighten up the pillows a little bit, play with the decor. I've got a fun DIY to share with you guys. So the main areas that I want to address in this little refresh is going to be this wall right over here with the mirror. This area has always felt so awkward to me. I have struggled to figure out what to put there, what would look right with the scale. I've had trouble with it. So we're going to address that area. I'm also going to redecorate the coffee table. And then I want to lighten up the pillows. I have purchased a couple of pillow covers from Amazon. I have also picked out some fabric from Joann's that I'm going to make some additional pillow covers with. So we're going to lighten that up a little bit. And then this entry table over here by the front door, I want to spruce that up. It's really blah right now. I've not really given it really much thought at all over the last couple of months. So we're going to kind of spruce that up a little bit. And here's just kind of an overall view of this wall in the living room. I haven't really showed it much. Yes, that is a softball bag. So I think these pillows right here, these mustard ones, I'm going to replace those or try to make covers for those as well if I've got enough fabric. Hi, Ophelia. And then of course we've got that little piano area over there that we styled a couple of weeks ago when I redid the dining room. I'm really not going to do much to that except add a little bit of fresh flowers in that basket. So the other day I was scrolling through Instagram, and Liz Marie Galvin's Instagram account is one of the accounts that I always make it a point to check out. This last week she had this simple rustic sailboat tutorial on her blog, and I couldn't wait to give it a try. Anytime there is a cute DIY project that won't cost me anything extra, I'm going to try. This one is literally so easy that all it takes is a big stick, or a piece of driftwood for the hull if you have it, a small stick for the mast, and scrap fabric for the sails, and of course hot glue to attach it all together. For the hull, I'm using a broken piece of tree branch that came off of a tree that fell in our yard recently, and I love the way it gives a rustic feel to the little sailboat. I will put a link to her blog post in the description box. I wanted to point out that I ended up using 2 additional sticks glued to the outside edges of the sails. She didn't do that, I don't think, in her tutorial, but my fabric seemed to be a little bit more flimsy, and I liked the added stability that those sticks gave to the sail, and I just wanted to show you guys how that looks from the back. So we're going to start the decorating with this old Singer sewing machine table that I keep at our entryway. The decor on it is going to change a couple of times throughout the course of this video as I kind of move things around and figure out the layout that I want. So this American flag that I'm hanging on the wall is actually a vintage one that belonged to my grandparents. I've had this one and a couple of other ones for several years and have never really done anything with them as far as decorating, but I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to use one in our decor, and I love the way that it looks up against the navy blue walls. I'm just using a couple of clear 3M hooks to hang it. I've really tried to be more intentional this year of decorating more with natural foliage, fresh cut flowers, things like that. Artificial plants have gotten really, really good and more realistic looking, but there's still something so fresh about just using fresh flowers, fresh foliage in your home that I love it so much. So these are actually just, I think, those filler greens that you will put in flower arrangements, but I actually like them just on their own. I think I paid about $3 or $4 for a bunch of them at HEB, and they really can stretch a long way. You could use them in 2 or 3 different, little bud vases. I'm choosing to use them all in this copper bucket right now, but I think that they make a really great, affordable option for bringing live foliage into your home. So this library stand is another one of those pieces that I wasn't expecting to redecorate today, and I'm not going to do much to it, but I do need to find a new home for my brother and sister statues, and I think they'll be a perfect fit on the library stand. So I'm going to end up swapping the books and decor on these 2 shelves on the library stand so that I can actually see the brother and sister statues a little bit better. They fit on that top shelf, but you really can't fully appreciate them up there. So I'm going to switch them so that you can, they have a little bit more space to breathe and we can clearly see them a whole lot better. So I will link these pillow covers that I bought on Amazon in the description box. They ended up being a little bit smaller than what I was thinking. I measured, but still in my mind they were going to be a little bit larger. But the pillows that I'm going to put inside of them have a lot of give to them, even though they look bigger. And they've got that fringe detail. But I think these are going to fit just fine inside of these pillow covers. I very rarely buy brand new pillows anymore. I've got such a big collection of just loose pillows at this point that I've really tried to just order pillow covers from Amazon or make my own, which is what I did with these pillows right here. The covers that you see on them, the mustard ones, those were from Amazon, and I can link those down below if anybody's interested in them. I do love that mustardy color, and I may bring that back out for the fall. I don't know yet. But anyways, this chenille fabric is so soft. It's nubby, but it's soft, if that makes sense. I ended up getting it for about $9 total. I got 1.5 yards. It was just a remnant that they were trying to get rid of. And I'm going to end up being able to make about 4 total pillow covers out of it, 3 of which you're going to see on the sofa today. So like I mentioned earlier, a lot of times when I'm redecorating, things tend to get a lot more involved than what I initially anticipate. I didn't plan on changing out the mirrors over the piano, but here we are. This gold mirror is going to go into our bedroom, and I'm going to put the mirror that was over the sofa on top of the piano instead. That mirror was actually thrifted from a Goodwill last year. I think I thrifted it for like $5 or $10. It was something super crazy low. It was a darker, glossier finish, and I ended up doing the bleaching wood technique on it to lighten it up, and it really is one of my favorite mirrors that we have in our home. Thank y'all so much for watching this week's video. I will be back next Friday with another video for y'all. So until then, bye now.